It's May and it's Star Wars month.
It's also May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Always.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Randy. Welcome to the Crossing King Garage as we celebrate all things Star Wars. That's right. All things Star Wars. We are celebrating the entire month with extra videos, extra content. Hopefully maybe one or two things that you've never ever considered before. Like today, where we talk about some of our favorite characters, of which this one, I'm not a fan. I wear the t-shirt because Kristen got it me for my birthday.
I wanted him to have a shirt for Star Wars month.
Grogu is an interesting character, maybe later, but I'm not down. Mandalorian, yeah, we're cool with him, so it's all right. All right.
Today, Dad and I are going to take a look at two of our favorite characters from Star Wars as a property as a whole. I know the character I'm going to talk about is my favorite character. Dad has told me he loves the character he's about to talk about. Interestingly, both of these characters originated in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which we will talk about quite a bit as Star Wars month goes on, as Clone Wars is fantastic.
Clone Wars is very, very good. If you've not watched it, oh, it's an animated feature. Well, yes, it is. Clone Wars and its accompanying part, Rebels, we feel like do a very good job of filling in some of those cotton-picking gaps that exist in between the movies. They do a great job. In fact, if you want to just kind of jump ahead, the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars are as good as some of the movies. So, we highly recommend go and watch Clone Wars as well as Rebels. The characters we're going to talk about today are pretty dominant in both of these.
Them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, Dad, kick us off. Who is your character?
Who doesn't love a pirate? Who doesn't love... I mean, automatically you've thought of Captain Jack Sparrow, I suspect, but I digress. My favorite character is a pirate. A minor character in the scope of all of the characters of Star Wars. His name is Hondo. And I hope... Oh, yes.
Or as we like to say...
Keep going. Hondo! So, I know, I hear you clapping because he's your favorite too. I get it. Hondo is just an endearing scallywag. I mean, he lives up to the pirate methodology, if you will. And he first appears in Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 11. And automatically, I was like, this cat, I dig him. So it's one of those, he's one of those characters that you can't trust him as far as you can shoot him or throw him. You just can't trust Hondo. But he's so lovable because he does have some redeeming qualities in his very nature, as many pirates, at least film pirates. I'm told the other pirates were not very nice people. But most film pirates have redeemable qualities, and they wind up being, at the very least, an anti-hero. Hondo is one of those characters. He does lead a band of pirates. Later on in Clone Wars and in Rebels, you see him a little bit more of a solo act, but he does have some mighty cool team-ups with some of our heroes from Clone Wars and from Rebels. We hope to see him in the not-too-distant future. Hey, Lucasfilms. Yep, I'm talking to you. More Hondo.
More Hondo. According to comic books, he is still alive as of the sequel era, because apparently in a comic he helps the Resistance out after the Battle of Crate. In fact, he's actually gone legit and has like a shipping company. How legit that is, I don't really know, because this is Hondo.
And he's a pirate.
It's all about profit.
It's all about Hondo.
It's all about Hondo.
It's all about Hondo.
He helps the rebels out in Rebels. He and Ezra are pretty good buddies, which is just adorable. It's just adorable. Like, the animation on Hondo and Rebels is iffy, but you know what? I don't care. Anything to hear Jim Cummings, Hondo, I love him. Veteran voice actor Jim Cummings does his voice, and so it's just like, Pooh Bear, Tigger, you've gone rogue! And I love it.
Yeah, Jim Cummings has been around in association with Disney for decades, and is just one of those incredible voice characters that we adore. In most everything I've ever seen him be a part of, but most enigmatically in the Winnie the Pooh series, playing Tigger and Winnie the Pooh. But We love him in Star Wars as
We
Hondo.
love him as Hondo.
Hondo, check that character out. Go to YouTube. Hey, check out some of the clips. I'm sure that you can find.
I will link a best of Hondo in the description. I know of at least like a 25-minute supercut of Hondo's best moments, so I will link that in the description down below. All right, my turn.
Absolutely.
My turn.
Hondo. Sorry.
All right. So, my favorite character. Literally my favorite character in all of Star Wars. This is the one character I would probably be willing to throw hands over. Captain Rex.
Okay, wait. You've got to be careful. As she talks about Captain Rex, she's tending to get a little emotional. Before it's all said and done.
We are finishing Clone Wars with my sister. I've taken my sister on a watch through of Clone Wars recently, and we're at the last 4 episodes. We just got through the Order 66 episode, and I'm not gonna lie, I spent the whole time just trying not to cry.
Again, let me re-emphasize. Those last 4 episodes
are
of
better
Clone
than
Wars.
any of the sequels, better than Solo, better than Rogue One, better than the prequels. Coming up to level of the original.
They're not better than 4, 5, and 6,
no.
And they're as good, in my opinion, as good as any of the other prequels or sequels. Congrats, Dave Filoni.
You did well, and we look forward to your Mandalorian movie coming soon.
Absolutely.
So, all right,
back to Captain
Rex.
Back to
Captain Rex.
Who is he?
Well, he is a clone trooper. His CT number is 7567. He made his first appearance in the Clone Wars movie, which led to the Clone Wars television show that is much beloved by every Star Wars fan out there, unless you're just a 4, 5, and 6 purist.
Now, if you've never seen the Clone Wars, be prepared. If you watch them season by season, they jump around a lot. And there are boards and message boards and all these kinds of things that give you, if you want to see chronologically, if you're that OCD person who needs to see it chronologically, go and find. Kristen will link one of the boards for the Clone Wars chronological watch list.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you just really, you do. I mean, otherwise you're jumping around quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, Captain Rex, he, like all of the other clones, is voiced by D. Bradley Baker. So, Rex. When we first meet him, he's like all the other clones, very straight-laced, very order-taking, kind of, I hate this word, kind of a drone, for lack of a better term. The clones very much start out as just barely above droids in terms of personality and just, all that jazz.
Let's face it, they were created to be soldiers and to take orders and to not really make decisions.
That was their whole thing. In fact, I believe the lady that presented the clones to Obi-Wan literally said they were designed to follow orders. So Rex not having much of individuality in the movie is fine. I let that fly. But here's the thing. He has a character arc. He has a character arc! Lucasfilms, who did 7, 8, 9. Look at Rex. That's what a character arc looks like. It's a beautiful thing. Sorry. I've been revisiting the sequel trilogy a lot lately. But Rex.
I just have one thing to say. Hondo! Sorry.
Rex. He goes through quite the character arc. Specifically through episodes like The Deserter, where he meets Cut Lawquane, a clone who deserted the Grand Army of the Republic. He gets to see what life could be like if he made his own decisions. Also, I cannot remember the episode title, but in season 1, there's an episode where there is a clone that is actively selling the Grand Army of the Republic out to the Separatists, and it's up to Rex and Cody to track him down, and he's selling them out because he has become disillusioned. This is early in the Clone Wars, and this one clone, Slick is his name, has become disillusioned with the GAR because he believes, rightly, that the Republic views the clones as little more than slaves that are cannon fodder. Rex's character arc is furthered in the Umbara quadrilogy, I guess is what it's called, through Pong Krell. Ugh. If and when we do a top 10 most hated characters, I can all but guarantee Pong Krell will be on the top of that list because I hate him. Anyway, he is the worst. and he hurts my boys in a lot of ways, but Rex manages to come out of it looking like the angel that he is. Rex is probably the most morally good character in all of Star Wars, and that is including the Jedi, because he knows right from wrong and can see all the angles that the Jedi are sometimes blind to.
And for the clones, there aren't really any gray areas.
No.
I mean, everything is either yes, it's right, no, it's wrong, or it's an order.
Mm-hmm.
And orders can be wrong as well, but they see everything. Good soldiers follow orders. They see everything in black and white. There are no gray areas for most of the clones.
But Rex's arc after Umbara, it is so clear that he has become a individual. He has a phenomenal relationship with Anakin and Ahsoka and Cody, as well as his men, Fives and Echo and Jesse in particular. It's so much fun having clone-centric episodes because we just get to see the clones play off of each other, and they're adorable and heartbreaking because they're like, but this is our orders, but we know this is wrong. So
I told you she's going to get emotional.
No, stop. Anyway, moving on. Rex is literally the reason that Ahsoka survives Order 66. He himself survives all the way through the rebellion. He shows up in Rebels and starts helping out the crew of the Ghost. This character, guys, has become so beloved that fans have retconned him into Return of the Jedi. If you look back at Return of the Jedi, you can see, like, in the background, there's a darker-skinned man with a white beard of Han's little Endor party. That has been retconned as Captain Rex. Like, George Lucas has said it's fine, Disney heads have said it's fine, Dave Filoni has said, yes, absolutely, that's Rex. So Rex is part of Han's Endor raid. He is just, oh my goodness, he's the best, guys. I cannot explain enough how deeply I love Rex. Rex is the character that made me actually start caring about the rest of the clones. And now the clones are characters I will throw hands over if it comes down to it. Ask anybody who knows me. I've heard somebody call the clones stormtroopers, and I'm always that person that goes, they're not stormtroopers.
No.
They're clone troopers. Stormtroopers are the conscripted people that volunteered to be the Empire's hit squad. So, yeah, Rex is the best. He's adorable in Rebels, especially with his relationship with Kanan, where, you know, Kanan has trust issues with clones because, no spoilers for that bit, but go watch Rebels. Go watch Rebels! Get ready for the Ahsoka show. Go watch Rebels.
Go watch Clone Wars. If you're a chronological person, look at the list, watch it chronologically. Go watch Rebels.
It's already in chronological order, so no need for a list there.
Rebels doesn't jump around. Go and watch at least the first season of Bad Batch. We truly loved the first season of Bad Batch. And it does some gap filling as well. All of this is a part of the Skywalker saga still as well.
Back in the background.
But these are two of our favorite characters.
Filoni-verse.
Yeah, the Filoni-verse.
Thank you, Dave Filoni, for giving us these characters. I know Rex is technically based off of a comic character called Alpha, but they didn't want to use Alpha in the show because they already had Anakin and Ahsoka. And R2, I guess some people count R2 because it kind of sounds like it has an A at the beginning. We had too many A names.
It's all about the phonetics.
We had too many A names in Clone Wars, so Alpha became Rex, and he is better for it.
Okay, that's it. Our two favorite Star Wars characters. You probably have some. You notice that neither of these characters are at the top of anybody else's lists. And that's what we love about being in the Crossing King Garage. We feel like we're a little bit unique and have a different perspective on things.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's the garage air. I don't know. It could just be we're pretty big Star Wars fans. I'm not as big a Star Wars fan as she is. Again, I don't dig this guy.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. But we do love Hondo and Rex. Anytime they show up in Clone Wars or Rebels, they're just two of our favorite characters. And with that being said, we still have the last episode of Clone Wars we need to go watch.
So, all right, check back Saturday, because that will be a bonus video, and then come back next Thursday. That's right, no gap in between videos this month. Come back next Thursday and we will have a top 10 non-Jedi characters list for you guys.
Also, don't forget, if Star Wars isn't your thing, are you crazy? Star Wars, if it doesn't happen to be the thing that rings your notification bell, don't worry, there's other Crossing Kin topics. Just go check out our archives.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And hey, comment down below what your favorite character from either Clone Wars or just Star Wars in general is. We're trying to wrap up. Like, share, subscribe, and come back Saturday, and then again next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Come on back. A lot of Star Wars stuff more to cover. Only from the Crossing Kin Garage and your friends here at Crossing Kin. I'm Randy.
And I'm Kristen. And until we meet again, may the Force be with you.
Always.